ladies and gentlemen, how you doing today? My name's Billify, and today we are here to counter a glove. Which glove might that be? Why, of course it's the Medusa glove! These are going to be the amazing goobers that are going to be helping us to figure out what counters this brand new Medusa glove. We've got Munis, Scho, Junyu, Pyro, Train, Ivan, and Carl. I appreciate all of you. Let's get into this. So before we begin, the base counter to Medusa, of course, is just don't look at it. As long as it's not in your peripheral, you're not going to get frozen. That's the base standard counter. That should work a lot. The counters we're going to go for today are going to be if you're in a high intensity situation. Can you use a rock ability? Not really diamond. It would work, but it has a penalty. But could you use either custom or mega rock mid-combat to turn into a rock so you don't get petrified? You can't be a rock if you're already a rock, you know what I mean? And you absolutely can. Custom is going to be a huge counter to this. During the update video, we saw that Zzzz is a bypass for this. If there's a Medusa and you fall asleep, they're not going to be able to petrify you, so as soon as they're done with it, just un-Zzzz, and you're fine. You can even chase them around for a bit, fight them, keep a count, and then fall asleep right when the ability is about to hit. And then once the pink goes away, you can get back up. So Zzzz is definitely a good one. Can you place a fort wall? Alright, so let's say, if we place a fort wall, no shot a fort wall actually works. Bro, what? That's crazy. I was not expecting that at all. So if you're fighting and you got them chasing you, all you have to do is just quick place a wall and hide behind it, and you're fine. As long as they're out of sight, you're not gonna get hit with the freeze. Dude, that's insane. I think fort might be my favorite counter on the list just because I wasn't expecting it. Do MRs get petrified? They're a rock, so I wouldn't assume they would, but I mean, anything can happen. Oh my god, it gets petrified. So if you want a cheeky that has no texture, just get hit by the Valentine's heart. It's so odd looking. Mr. gets countered, and you can actually make Mr. smooth. Can they freeze clones? Sorry if you can hear a vacuum. Yep, clones bypass. So this could be really good if they're chasing you down. You just spawn in your replica, and now they have to deal with your clone, so they can't focus solely on you while their ability is active. So decent counter here. I'm very intrigued to see what happens with the reverse here. Does this petrify the user that's trying to petrify other users? It does. Reverse is a good counter here, but they get their ability back a little bit before you, but you should still have your ability by the time. Yes, you should still get it by the time it hits, so reverse is definitely a W counter here. What happens with Shukuchi? If you have one of them chasing you, and you hit them with the Shukuchi, it does bypass the hit there, but the thing is, they do get their ability before you a little bit. No, it should be perfectly timed. Even if they get it, it's just like reverse. Just in the nick of time. This is going to be another good counter that you can use. Ivan made a great point by using like an AoE glove like Woah. If you're in the middle of fighting, you could go into first person, look down, and just use the Woah glove to push them back until you hear their ability pop away, and then go back to fighting. Woah glove like this is definitely a solid option. Balloony is always decent. If you have two balloons popped, you could always just go up in the air, and then wait for the pink to be erased down below. Even if you do end up getting caught like this, you're up in the air, so they're not going to be able to hit you anyway. And then you can just go back to popping balloons. You can escape with two, and then drop back down and continue to fight. So, decent option. Not the best, but good. Does El Gato work like reverse? You do have more time to get El Gato going. This is one of the gloves it does have a perk for. So, if we start petting the cat, yep, absolutely works, just like reverse. It might even be better to use El Gato over reverse in this situation because you have more time to get this going compared to regular reverse, and you get your ability back quicker because of it. If you use Jebaited, does it freeze you? I do get frozen, but I still am able to, oh, what the? My character stays in that petrified form, but I'm able to move. So you could use this as a bait. If they do slap you, they do get the effect. If not, you're fine. This is a good counter. I like this. Not the best on the list, but definitely something that is good. Now, what happens with Blink? Yep, you could definitely use a Blink. Even panic use it at the very end so that you do not get frozen. Sbeve army, you can do your thing. You cannot petrify a rock more than it already is, but it's a great combo glove. If you get somebody that's petrified, you could walk over there and hit them right with this rock. So, good little combo glove. What happens if you're in a UFO? Nothing, you're perfectly safe in UFO. Nope, you can't grab petrified people up. So it's not a combo glove, but it is a glove that works to keep you safe up in the air, even if you see the pink on your screen. So it's good, just not the best. Oh, I honestly think Beachball is going to be like fort. Alright, so if they're coming after you, if you place down the Beachball, you can hide behind it. It does work like that. You can hide behind it, but if they are chasing you down, you can slap it at them. So say they're right here. You could hit them and then turn around so that they're far away by the time it activates. I like Beachball here. Not the best, but works. You could always Medusa another Medusa user and have a Petrify war. My recording messed up, so we're gonna speed run a couple of these. All the one-shots like Overkill, Air, the Flex, and God's Hand are all like a 75% counter. You're gonna win the one-on-one unless they have their ability active, and as long as you're dodging with your camera, you'll be fine. Ultra Instinct's 50% dodge rate will activate even if you are petrified. The Titan Glove works, but also doesn't work, and what I mean by that is if you're in your large form like this, you can still be petrified, but if you are a petrified rock, you can use your ability to push them away. So it works, but doesn't work, you know what I mean? How well does Redacted work? So if we place our Redacted portal, we can hide our camera behind if need be, but if we stand underneath it, and they go to try to slap us, they're going to get picked up into the Redacted portal. So make sure you have your Redacted portal down beforehand. You cannot use Redacted if you are petrified, so it has to be beforehand. While in the permeable form of phase, you cannot be petrified and turned into a rock, so you can use this to evade if they have the eye above their head, and then you can go straight back into fighting because you do have a faster cooldown. The Bob Glove is a deterrent on this list, so if you have someone chasing you, place Bob and run in an opposite direction. It'll force them to run away and not go after the slap. So one of the only on this list that's a deterrent. You could kind of use it as a counter, but I like it more as a deterrent. This could also be a really good combo glove. If somebody's petrified, you just place a Bob on them. They're not running away from that. Slapple works, but it's not the best because you're still going to be frozen, but you're going to be in a tree. Somebody's chasing you with this. Use this ability and just hide behind the bushes, the tree bushes, or the leaves. I got the tree bushes. You could, of course, always just look up in this moment while they're down there with the hearts, or just look in the opposite direction. But even if you do end up looking, it's going to be quite difficult for them to actually land a shot on you. Elude kind of works. If you end up looking, you'll be petrified, but if they slap you, you're not going to get oofed unless you get a bad teleport. So even if you do get frozen right here, if they slap you, you are pretty much fine as long as you don't get a teleport like that, or you get teleported to the cube. So it works, but not my go-to. Boogie could be a counter. If you know you're about to be frozen, just start a party. Even if I get petrified, I'm in rock form, we're chilling. But you cannot use Boogie during... Oh, you can use it after you've been petrified. Never mind. The fact that you can use this even if you've been petrified makes it that much more of a boost. So yeah, Boogie's great here. I don't think Recall works. Ooh, you can use Recall, but are you still stoned? Yeah. So Recall comes down to timing. Wait for them to get close enough to slap you, and then use your ability, because once you get back, by the time you get back, you can get out of your petrification. If you do get frozen, you know that you can use this ability when they get closer, and then rewind, and by the time you get out of your rewind, you can get unpetrified. Or like Train said, you can rewind during their ability. So wait for it to beat a couple times, and then use the ability, and you can't be petrified in this state. Although I am bald now. Every time I lose any accessory, Baldify is real. Bro, we're never beating the Baldify stuff. It's here for life. What happens with counter? Ooh, okay, this is just like Jebaited. You can use the counter ability if you're petrified. So if you get frozen and they come to slap you, make sure you use your ability right before they go to slap you and you can catch them. So if you want to troll some mythical gods, go for it. Catch yourself a Medusa off guard. Rob should work here. Yep, perfectly safe while in Rob form. You can catch them. Just have to watch out for your cooldown. You have quite a long cooldown, so you're going to need to use this very wisely. What about Rojo? You are in an animation. Alright, so if you use the cutscene... Yep, you're perfectly safe while in this cutscene. The cutscene will save you, but there's better options than Rojo. Null is the other deterrent on this list. It's like Bob. It will hawk them down. So if you're being chased, drop your Null portal and run the opposite direction. And as soon as you hear the ability, you should be able to look and see them. And they're going to be getting chased, so it works out. With the Alchemist potion, I think you should be safe. Grab yourself a piece of Elderwood here and a mushroom right here. Go ahead and drop down your cauldron right here. Throw in 1 Elderwood, 2 mushrooms, click the ladle, and now you have yourself an invincible potion. And now if somebody tries to petrify you, if you're looking, it's not going to work and you're perfectly safe. But if you pull out your glove, then you're not safe anymore and you will get petrified. So pull out your glove when you're ready to fight. So as always, the Alchemist glove is definitely going to work. Druid's a great counter to this. If you're being chased down, all you have to do is throw out a Druid and then just look the other direction and you're safe, and you can even look at them because they're so far away. Druid's fantastic and you get your abilities back pretty much the exact same time. So Medusa here, throw out the vines, they're trapped and now they can't come and get me. If you have really good timing, Santa's iframes will work. So you have to kind of make sure you're counting the heartbeats of when they're using their ability. And then if you're reaching into the backpack, yeah, you could absolutely avoid petrification. If you're not good with timing, maybe skip it. Ooh, Run should be a very good combo glove. So if we got a bunch of people here, if we just use this ability and they're frozen, Oh yeah, it takes them. And I'm near the door. You have your friends that are struggling with run mastery? Hey, good combo! Alright, if you're up in Spoonful's ability, are you safe? Yeah, yes you are. I feel like there is better options than Spoonful, but not that many. I'm not sure how Siphon's gonna work here. So you could be fighting, and you could throw a Siphon orb to drag them away from you so you don't get petrified. Never mind, I like Siphon here. It works out very well. I was hesitant with Siphon at first, but this glove has definitely proven itself. If you could throw it and turn around, you are solid. The Relude glove can actually be a good option here. If they're chasing you, just slap them and send them away from you. Take that mess away. We're not trying to get petrified over here. And if they try to run away or they spawn close, just turn your camera. Yeah, Relude works really well. Definitely one of the top counters on this list. And of course, Avatar is the counter all glove. When in this state, you cannot be petrified. Your little Avatar clone will go and do about its thing and be perfectly safe. So yeah, do your thing, Avatar users, you're good. Bind is like Siphon, but more skilled. If they're coming after you, just hit them with a bind. Don't miss though, because if you miss, then you gotta turn around and run again. But if being chased, wait for one of them to pop, hit them with a bind, turn around and run, and you're safe. I would probably much rather use Siphon over bind, as Siphon is not a skill shot. I wonder how good Poltergeist is. So they're near my body. Nothing happens. As long as you hide your body, even if they find it, they're not going to be able to petrify you, so they have to slap. Definitely a great counter. Ooh, how well would Snowroller work? Because if you're in first person, it should block your camera, right? Even from a distance, as long as you have the snowball in front of you, it can't petrify you. So if you like playing first person, the Snowroller glove here is going to be a great counter for you. And that's going to do it for all the counters on this brand new Medusa glove. There's quite a lot in there. Some that are better than others for sure, but shout out to all the goobers that you see on your screen right now. We have Junyu, Snowyy, Ivan, and Train. I highly appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. But let me know, which counter was your favorite? I think my favorite was by far Fort. It was just too funny seeing that. I was not expecting Fort to just block out everything, but we learned something new with it. And also, let me know, what counter did you think was the best? I think the best was probably either El Gato or Reverse in that sense, or maybe even Zzzz, I don't know. There's a couple good options there, but let me know your choice. But other than that, I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day or night whenever you do end up watching this, and we shall see you in the next one. Later!